Hi, all. I know I'm in the bath. Mm. Crazy, isn't it? You don't want to see any further down. Sure, you don't. Just see if I can switch it around. No, I can't. I don't know how. Anyway, listen, I'll tell you why I'm doing this really quickly. I'm having a beautiful Himalayan sea salt bath. I'm having my orange juice and I'm having a rest. This morning, I was with Margaret, my friend, and Trina, who are both cancer survivors, breast cancer survivors, and we were heading the oh my God, there's so much going on now. The Tea and Chat for Little Wishes, the charity that support people in our locality that are going through a cancer journey. And I just want to tell you, while it's fresh in my mind, how precious that morning has been to me, and I believe to the rest of the ladies that were there. It was all ladies. Each and every one of us have the same shoes on. In other words, we have our own personal experience with cancer. The shoes could be different size, shape, design, but the truth is, we are all walking in the same journey. And I, for one, have to say that at one point I went out to make a cup of tea for one of the ladies that turned up, and I just felt this sense because I've been working really hard on mindfulness and meditation lately and living in the moment, thanks to the great work of Eckhart Tolle. And for about literally 20 seconds, I stood outside the door and I listened to what my father years ago would have said, the sound of the cackling hens, jokingly. But all the women were having a good old chin wag. They were all doing each other good. They were all having a good laugh. They were all telling their little story, maybe one to one, about part of what they're going through at the minute. But to me, what was so powerful about this morning was that sense of camaraderie and support. Now, when I created Little Wishes, the charity, it was for that very reason, because I had been through my own experience, and the one thing I found really difficult was the feeling of isolation. Yes, I had lots of visitors, I had family, but unless you have actually ever gone through the experience, how on earth are you supposed to understand what it's like? And I suppose I can only explain or to compare it to being pregnant and having a baby. Unless you've ever been pregnant and had a baby, and for people I hope that are sensitive to that little story, that maybe are longing to have a baby, I send out beautiful, beautiful thoughts to you that your baby will come along. But I just want to say that unless you've ever been through it, it's hard to understand. And equally, it's like, if you want to experience water, the only way is to be in the bath, like I am now, to experience how it feels to be in water or to drink water. So I'm just so proud of the morning. Proud, I suppose that's a little bit of my ego talking, that I feel proud that I made it all happen and it's helping me. So part of this little message is a story of selfishness. That when you're going through a really tough time and a challenge, I have been in a place that has been so self-absorbing and self-pitying that it is immobilizing and sickening and depressing. And I know how it feels. So depression is something I'm aware of and I've experienced also. And I've learned over the years that the only way to come through and to get through those hard times is to concentrate on what it is you can do for someone else. Is there a way of making someone else feel good? It's like if you were down in the dumps and then your daughter wasn't well, or your son wasn't well, or your aunt wasn't well, and you said, oh my God, I need to visit her, I need to do something. And all of a sudden you realise you're feeling better, and it's weird because your daughter or your cousin or your aunt isn't. And you realise the reason you feel good is because you're doing something of value to help somebody else. So I suppose that's the message, that if we can all just support each other, but everybody has their time, and sometimes the time is that you're just not able, and that time is where you send out a message to the universe and send out a message to God, whoever God is for you, and say, please send me somebody. And I hope that somebody turns up. And the more people that we spread this news to, the more people that listen and see these videos, as stupid as they may be to some, and as silly as they may be to others, that the person watching who has that great love in them will go, okay, I'm not going to be worried anymore about making an idiot of myself. I'm not going to be worried that if I knock on the door of a friend who I know is not well, that she tells me to pee off, because it's her choice to tell me, but it's my choice to show her I care, or to show him. So this morning the tea and chat was amazing. I ask all of you that watch this to please share this tea and chat. Please share that at the last Friday of every month in the parish centre in Edenderry at 11 a.m, there's a bunch of the most incredible ladies getting together that laugh themselves silly, drink tea, and by the way, the next one is going to be juice and fruit. I'm going to introduce some healthy living. Saying that, I'm enjoying the cup of tea and the piece of carrot cake, and as I said, just look at the carrot cake and say I love you. It won't do you any harm. Anyway, going off the point, I'm enjoying my bath, but most importantly, I wanted to share this with you guys. After my tea and chat this morning, I obviously have my workshop, and I have a lot of work still to do. All the work is done, but I want to make sure that I put across the message very well tomorrow. But I came home and I was exhausted. Right? And I felt sort of, I don't know, I was supposed to be at a funeral of a dear, dear friend, and I just couldn't make it. But I know that Jerry was there to represent us, and I know that Andy, he knows I love him, and he's probably smiling down at me going, you're all right, Nita, with loads of drinks in Burns together. So Andy's okay, and I know he is, and he'll be taking care of his family at the minute. But I came home and I was tired, and I got on the couch. I was starving, and this is pathetic to admit it. I just couldn't see anything to eat. I couldn't see anything. And I know, here we go again. I'm supposed to eat healthy. I better eat salad. No, I don't want it. Do you know what it felt like? Any of you out there will get this. I knew there was tato in the house. So I had a tato sandwich. I haven't had one in about 20 years. And a glass of milk. All the things that somebody in my position, according to the healthcare professionals, as in the really holistic care professionals, would say very bold. But I'm fed up beating myself up. I feel like something now. I'm afraid I'm just going to have it. But the thing I felt was a little bit lonely because Jerry wasn't here and Shauna wasn't here, and I thought they would be. So I was cold. Guess what I was? Tired, lazy. I lay on the couch, feeling sorry for myself. And eventually Jerry came in and Shauna, and I started to cry. And Jerry got upset. Shauna got upset. Well, they didn't actually. They laughed at me. I'm the one that got upset. Why? And I said, because of the ladies that were there this morning, a few of them don't have a husband to go home to. And they are so strong, so independent. And they are amazing women, powerful women who take care of their children, of their chicks. And they're going through this really hard time. And they are really working hard with their family. And Nita gets home, Miss Prima Donna, and gets spoiled. And I realised how blessed I am that I do. But more than that, I realised how incredibly honoured I am to share the chat with these powerful women that just take it for granted to be great mothers and to be just so strong. And I am so proud of them. So I wanted to share that, and this looks really crazy, but I'm at a time now where I want to share anything that might be of any help, that might touch someone out there, and they might go, oh my God, I do know someone. But I'm embarrassed because I don't know what to say if I knock at the door, or I don't know what to say if I call. I don't know, I hear rumours. Oh my God, I wish people would stop talking about people. And another thing, please do me another favour. Stop talking about people's prognosis like you know, because you don't. And it's dangerous. It is dangerous. It's the doctor's job to take care of all of that. It's our job to take care of the health and well-being of everybody we know. So give it a rest about sharing and dramatising people's prognosis and going, oh, did you hear? Oh, that's terrible. You're not doing anybody any good. You are not doing any of these people, any of these patients any good by dramatising their prognosis and turning what is probably a mouse into an elephant for drama. Now, I know I sound bitchy and angry, but it does piss me off. You don't need to know. All you need to know is that if somebody has been affected by cancer, whether it be a tiny little, skinny little thing in their finger, or it's a huge thing, it's none of our business. Our only business is to see them as healthy, strong, wonderful human beings that we will support in a positive way. Don't ever entertain the discussion about people's prognosis, because what you think about, what you share, expands. And we want to expand health and prosperity and joy. So if I've hurt your feelings, if you feel like I'm being very past remarkable and you don't like it, I understand and I respect it. But I need to get that message out. Every time you hear somebody comes along and goes, did you hear about the poor lady who has, and this, and she was told, and that? None of your business. None of your business. Your job is to see that woman as healthy, strong, and powerful, and to send healing and gratitude for her healing. If we could get that message out, folks, you would not believe the change it's going to make on this planet. Oh, God, it drives me mad. Cancer is like this absolute excuse for high profiling, dramatising. It is like it's up on a pedestal and it is creating such an epidemic. It is a disgrace, and we allow it to happen by media doing it. You know, conquer, battle, fight, kill, terrible, sad, misery, epidemic. And everything just keeps spreading and spreading. And instead we should be, the minute we hear it, cut it out. As my dad used to say when we'd be fighting among ourselves, stop it, cut it out. You need each other. And it's the same here. What you need is health, health, health. Talk about health. Talk about love. Talk about unconditional love. Talk about sharing what is beautiful in the world. And if we do that, things will change. Now I could go on and on and on because I'm in the bath. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to drive you mad. And don't be cross with me about that. But it's about time I had the courage to really tell you how I think. And I am sick to the teeth of every single day of my life. I have to work hard to keep myself strong in my head. And the social media, the radio, the TV, the books, authors that I admired are dramatising this disease, dramatising it and putting flowers on it. It's ridiculous. And if we carry on allowing it to happen, it's going to keep happening. We need to refuse to give any of that airplay to any of it. Refuse, turn your TV off. Watch a comedy. Keep your mind active and full of love, unconditional love, not fighting, battling and wars. They don't work. They don't work in our country and they don't work in our bodies. So there you go. I'm going to go before I lose my reason. I do love you and it's just my chance to vent. There you go.